All right, John, is that wind wagon ready to go?
It is.
Okay. 10:30 startup, baby. My number 2 pilot in command, Jerry Proctor. Mr. Proctor, how are you today?
I'm fabulous today.
Are you ready to fly?
I am ready to fly.
You're looking very patriotic. I'm liking that.
I'm thinking it's a good day to be that.
All right, well, we just got the weather ship launched, and they're doing their thing, and we're going to be ready to start our briefing here in a moment.
Absolutely.
Mooney's ready to go. Big George, are you ready to fly?
I am more than ready. I am very ready.
Very nice. And your co-pilot, how about your co-pilot?
Ready to go.
All right, these guys are ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got John firing up his Cherokee here. Okay, all right. How's the motor glider? Is the motor glider ready to do its thing?
Excellent. The other day when we did another rehearsal on Tuesday,
Yeah.
we went up first and circled at 5,700 feet.
Yep.
And we took 58. And wait for them to catch up. And I dove in on the formation. It worked perfectly.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Now, are you gonna? Have you got air video for us, Paul?
Video.
You gonna be able to give us some air video?
Video will be good.
Nice.
We have video from the cockpit, and we have a video from the wing.
Oh yeah, look at over there. That's
Yep.
looking good. Yeah, that's going to be a great shot there. So you just have a remote control on that, or
No,
what?
we'll just start it when we
And just keep it going.
Keep her going.
Okay, all right. All right, guys, give us a weather check.
broken at 12, it says, which sounds about right. So well above. Visibility is a little less, but we've got still good 10 plus miles visibility, which is all above.
So we're minimum of 4,000 foot cloud height is good.
Yep,
We're 8,000 MSL cloud layer.
Right.
It's more than that. It's 12,000, right?
it's 12.
So and the visibility is 10.
Right.
Okay, so we're good on that.
And we'll talk about this, but we'll likely still take off on 2.6, but I expect all of us then will want to recover 8, especially if the winds are going to get a little bit more out of the east.
So right now you got a tailwind, right?
Yeah,
Small
no sense in
tailwind.
coming back on 2.6, so we just modify a process where you enter, in essence, downwind for 8, and I'll just be behind as always. So that's it for safety. Weather check.
Confirm weather.
Yep,
Thumbs up.
weather is here.
The weather is here. Nothing below our
Weather is
minimums.
here, wish you were beautiful. Turbulence is, we'll have our hands full. I mean, it's a bit bumpy out there right now. So, but.
Are we below moderate for the most
yeah.
part? Or- So
I mean, it's just, it's just gonna, we're gonna have, it'll take a little bit more work than maybe we've done in the past. Probably, I would say it shouldn't be worse than what we were dealing with the other day, so, I mean, it's not bad.
Where did you encounter it? How high did you get before you encountered
We
it?
stayed at 5,300.
Did you take the entire loop?
Yep, did the whole loop at 5,300, and it's pretty much consistent all the way around.
Interesting.
Okay.
okay, all right.
So I think it's just a little longer to get down there, but then we'll get back here just a little faster.
So our
Okay.
winds are less than 20. They're good at this point. So now we need to go through the aircraft and make sure we're FMC. So lead aircraft number 1. Are we FMC?
Say the question again?
Are we FMC? Are we fully mission capable?
We are.
Aircraft number 2.
Oh, good.
Aircraft number 2 is mission capable. Aircraft number 3.
Aircraft number 3 is mission capable.
Okay, and aircraft number 4.
We're ready to go.
All right, so we got 4 airplanes and 4 air crews ready to fly.
On the turbulence thing, just to put it in perspective, Clay maintained 5,300 plus or minus 20 feet.
So it wasn't horrible.
So, I mean, but he's exceptional. So.
Very good.
I just don't expect the rest of us to be that.
Okay, and all right, so now we're ready to move on to the go, no-go decision. Safety, do you have a reason to state a no-go?
Well, I'll do that after I hear from everybody else.
Okay, so we've talked to the 4 air crews. Ground crew chief?
Yes, we'll go as far as I
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Ground air at veterans?
We're ready to go.
Is there anybody else that needs to weigh in? Clay, do you need to weigh in on the weather brief? Okay,
Give us a few words of wisdom.
he's ready to go. He's ready to fly. Anybody at all have a issue that they want to bring up? Okay, safety officer.
We're go.
Air crew chief pilot.
The plan is the wind is out of the east, as you already heard, and the plan is to depart 2-6, that'll be downwind. Does anybody have an issue with that, any of the pilots? If so, say so. Okay? So we'll make the standard procedure departure then.
Okay.
And we will, radio check is the first thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check in on that. I will ask you, I'll call and then ask you to what the 2, 3, 4 check in. And then we switch to CTAF 125.95.
124.9.
And we will stay on that until we're at waypoint 1, until I instruct you to switch. That time Leo will hear us on 2345. So it'll be a standard right downwind departure, as we've practiced all along.
Okay, so we're on the schedule now. So the next thing is for 11:20. I think we got everybody at the marshalling point. They're close to it already.
Can I pause a second? You're going to take off when and where?
I'm gonna take off first on 2-6, make a right downwind, and climb to 5,800 over checkpoint 1, which is just north of the numbers 2-6.
Okay.
and loiter up there, circle up there, and then when you guys catch up to that point, I'll dive in
Okay.
to my spot.
By George taking off first, we sort of added 15 or 20 seconds to the sequence. So if you get a barber's just about to wrap up,
Right,
give us the go.
okay.
So that way we can absorb, we can take in that 20 minutes to let George get up higher.
Who's
he's
gonna
gonna
let
give
me
me-
know, who's gonna let me
that'll
know
come-
when to take off?
Okay, so this is,
Leo, first go, we'll give him about a,
I will.
Leo is
30 or
gonna
40
give
seconds.
me, and I'll give you guys, 2 minutes to throttle up.
Yeah.
So he can go ahead and go then and wait.
that's too early.
Yeah.
I'll tell him when to go.
What?
2 minutes is too early.
2 minutes is too.
Only
No, to him.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I'll give you,
I'll give
yeah, that's okay, then you can
What
just
what
work
it is,
it out there.
I'll give you the 2 minutes, and that's
Yeah.
basically a position and hold, and I'll give you when he says Barbara's done.
Okay,
And that's,
okay.
let's go. But if he goes out on the 2-minute warning, he can be waiting for you.
Yeah, that'll work.
Heavy target radar on.
Okay, you're the lead pilot, you tell me when to go.
okay, so we will.
In my life, I can tell you that.
So the plan is, and we will execute that, which is at 11:30, he'll call,
Yeah.
Leo will call Chris and let you guys know that the ceremony started. At 11:40, when the Veterans Park proclamation by Sierra Vista Mayor occurs, that's your 5-minute call.
Right.
So you have 5 minutes to get into your aircraft and get locked down, and then he'll give you a 2.5-minute call. At 11:45, Major General Ashley starts speaking, and you guys taxi to your departure end of your runway at that time. He finishes speaking, and on or about 11:50, Barber begins to talk, and you guys are ready to roll into position at 2 minutes into his speech. When he when he finishes speaking, should be just about 12 o'clock. 50 cannon salute will begin at 12 o'clock and should end by 12:04. You guys are already in the air. So if all is right, you'll be about a minute from waypoint 3 at about 12:04. And Leo will be telling you where we're at in the gun salute and trying to help, coordinate your location and everything. Objective is to be over the target at about 12:07. So the main thing that we don't want to do is get there early. If we're a little bit late, that's okay. Early's not good. So he'll keep you on that. So then we fly the route. 12:15, we're back on the ground. We all come back here. Are there any questions?
Reiterate one more time. You're gonna tell me when to start the roll, okay?
I will.
Okay. Because you've kind of got the times in hand. I got my hands full.
And Chris, you're gonna, Chris, you're the one who's gonna tell us, and you'll be on 124.95.
I'm gonna be on 12495, and I'll be telling you exactly what's happening here in the sequence as I get the calls from.
So as soon as he says 2 minutes, you can throttle up.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera on myself.
Okay.
And we'll run some footage, that's all right.
That's all right.
That way, you've got enough to do. And that way I'll take care of it.
Is it tight? Is
Okay.
it tight?
Is it bolted down tight? Angle tight?
Yeah, I didn't put a lanyard on it.
Okay, we're ready to execute it.
Just expect that our beautiful time sequence is going to be totally hosed. Okay?
Good luck, everybody.
All right.
Fly it well.
Thanks,
It's been
Leo.
good practice.
Thanks for
We'll
guiding us.
We'll see you in the air.
We'll see you in the air.
Not literally.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. At this time,
Now to get down to business. It's my honor and privilege as the mayor of the city of Sierra Vista to offer the following proclamation on behalf of the good citizens of Sierra Vista. Whereas on 4 July 1776, our forefathers signed the Declaration of Independence, marking the most important of all days for the people of the United States of America. And whereas, even after more than 200 years since the ratification of the Declaration of Independence, the words inscribed upon this document and the ideals they stand for continue to be the backbone of this great nation. And whereas, in a nation established by people of differing languages, national origins, economic status, and religions, Americans find unity in the principle of the Founding Fathers, principles of truth, justice, freedom, and the right of all her citizens to pursue their dreams and aspirations. And whereas the courage and convictions of the citizens of the United States of America in upholding these principles are what makes our country the greatest country in the world. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Frederick W. Mueller, Mayor of the City of Sierra Vista, Arizona, do hereby proclaim and participate in our Independence Day in and for the City of Sierra Vista. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the City of Sierra Vista to be affixed. This the 4th day of July, the year of our Lord 2014, and independence of the United States of America, 238, signed Frederick Mueller, Mayor.
And our Gold Star families. It's an honor for me to stand here before you to celebrate this most special of American holidays. On this day, 238 years ago, the Second Continental Congress voted to adopt a revolutionary document, the Declaration of Declaration of Independence. The news of this declaration was delivered to the Continental Army by a letter from George Washington on the 9th of July, 1776, and that letter read, "The Honorable Continental Congress, impelled by the dictates of duty, policy, and necessity, are pleased to dissolve the connection which subsisted between the country and Great Britain, and declare these United Colonies of North America free and independent states. I hope this important event will serve as a fresh incentive to every officer every soldier to act with fidelity and courage, as knowing that now the peace and safety of this country depends solely on the success of our arms, and that we are now in the service of a state possessed of sufficient power to reward this merit and to advance to the highest honors of a free country. At the moment that letter was delivered, the Continental Army was in New York City with over 130 enemy warships looming in the harbor, and a cloud of uncertainty descended over America. Within days, the British began landing troops on the largest engagement of the revolution that was underway, the Battle of Long Island. The newly formed United States would lose that battle, but loss built resolve, and courage strengthened our perseverance. These early struggles of the Revolution laid a foundation for the long tradition of grit and determination which characterizes the American spirit. Our resolve was not broken. And at the Siege of Yorktown in 1781, a battle-hardened American army accepted the surrender of what was then the greatest military nation on the earth. Nearly 2 centuries later, President Eisenhower stated in his inaugural address, "History does not long entrust the care of freedom to the weak or to the timid." President Eisenhower knew the great gift of freedom, and the independence we celebrate today must be jealously guarded and preserved through the maintenance of a strong military. Over our long history, the U.S. military developed and grew in response to many challenges. In the uncertain beginnings of the Revolutionary War, the Continental Army never exceeded 17,000 volunteers. They had limited training, they lacked sufficient supplies, and often went months and even years without pay. Through difficulty and challenge, our military learned hard lessons. The American fighting spirit developed in those early moments and has served us well through many wars and many conflicts. Today our military is still an all-voluntary force, made up of selfless professionals, and they are recognized simply as the greatest fighting force on this planet. In an unbroken chain of selfless service, from the soldiers of the Revolution to the military services engaged in the global war on terrorism, our sons and daughters have never failed to protect and carry on the dreams of our founding fathers. The selfless nature of our sons and daughters in uniform is a source of great American pride. In 1981, at President Reagan's first inaugural, he told the story of one such brave man named Martin Treptow. Private Treptow was killed on July 28, 1918, near the Marne River in France in World War I. And there was a diary found in Martin's pocket. And under the heading, there was a statement called The Pledge. Private Treptow had written these words: "America must win this war. Therefore I will work. I will save. I will sacrifice. I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost, as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone." Martin Treptow's story of selfless service captures the spirit of what it means to voluntarily swear an oath to defend the United States. American military forces are made up of a collection of individuals much like Martin Treptow from all over this great nation. Each and every one of them makes a deeply personal and deliberate choice to join our military. For the last decade, we have been a nation at war. And despite the danger, each day, more brave citizens voluntarily answer their country's call to duty. And though we are reducing our presence in Afghanistan, we still have tens of thousands of our service members in harm's way. This weekend, as we joyously celebrate the gift of freedom, which Independence Day represents, I ask you to take time to pause. To think about the men and women currently in Afghanistan and other places around the world who have volunteered to do their part in defense of this nation. And even as we speak, there's a 19-year-old kid, and he's putting on his body armor, and he's heading outside of the base. And there's an aircraft carrier where a lieutenant commander has just gone airborne to provide close air support. And there's an Air Force aviator that's already on station. And there's a chief warrant officer and an Apache that's providing close air support. And the sun never goes down on that conflict. And tomorrow they'll do it again. So on behalf of all our men and women in uniform and all our great civilians, God bless each of you. God bless our soldiers, our sailors, our airmen, our Marines, our Coast Guardsmen, and all our civilians and their families. And let me just close by saying, happy birthday, America.
Delaware, 1787. Pennsylvania, 1787. New Jersey, 1787. Georgia, 1788. Connecticut, 1788. Massachusetts, 1788. Oklahoma, 1907. New Mexico, 1912. Arizona, 1912. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the cannon salute ceremony. Now please welcome back to the podium, Master of Ceremonies, Rhonda H.
Fortunate to have Dan LaChance, who is one of the association members, and he will be introducing the pilots and narrating the event. Dan.
Thank you, Grant. Good afternoon, Sierra Vista.
Hey.
Welcome again to our city's Independence Day celebration. My name is Dan LaChance, and I'm speaking to you on behalf of the Airmen of Sierra Vista, a volunteer group of local aviators who have come together over the past 2 months to train and conduct a 4-ship formation flyover today in honor of our great country's birthday celebration. It's been a fun challenge bringing together 4 different makes and models of aircraft with different flight characteristics and airspeeds into a reliable, safe formation in a flight to honor America today. Now, if you look east toward the intersection of Fry and 92, basically those last 2 poles over there, you're going to see the 4-ship formation approaching. It'll be a diamond formation. They'll be approaching our location as they fly at 100 miles per hour at about 1,000 feet above the ground. Their course will bring them directly over the pavilion here at Veterans Park. As they make their approach and flyover, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the aircraft and their crew. You'll be seeing them in just a short minute here, so stay with me. The lead aircraft is a 130 mile per hour 1969 Piper Cherokee, owned and flown by John Nelson. John has been flying for 45 years and is an active certified flight instructor with over 9,000 hours of flight time in various general aviation aircraft. He is the chief pilot for today's formation, and he's responsible for really putting these air crews together and getting to fly as sharp as you're going to see them today. John's co-pilot is Dr. Orrin Lamb, a 40-year resident of Sierra Vista, retired general surgeon, and a 4-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force. Now, the second aircraft on the port side of the lead, or the right side, as you are looking at the formation, is a 231 mile per hour, 210 horsepower, Mooney 20K 4-seat aircraft, owned and piloted by Jerry Proctor, who is also the deputy to General Ashley here today. So thank you again, Fort Huachuca. Jerry has over 2,900 flying hours. He was a rotary wing and fixed wing pilot for the Army, flying aircraft such as the OB-1 Mohawk. Jerry's co-pilot is Frank Flores, the current pilot, resident of Sierra Vista, and himself a retired Army Sergeant Major with over 500 jumps, parachute jumps. We're not seeing them, but they'll be coming into sight here in just a moment. Yep, there they come, right to your front now, you're seeing them. The third aircraft on the starboard side of the lead, or left side as you look at the formation, is a 120 mile per hour, 150 horsepower, 1964 Piper Cherokee owned by Morgan Brewington. The pilot is Ross Miller, a 1969 graduate of Winna and retired Army helicopter pilot with over 12,000 hours flying many different aircraft, including the CH-47 Chinook. He is currently a flight instructor at Cochise College. Ross's co-pilot is his son, 15 years old, Clay, a sophomore at Winna. He has already piloted airplanes, helicopters, and gliders. Here they are. In the formation cover 4, we see the Gerald Flock is a Diamond 446 motorcycle with a 2 speed at 110 miles per hour. It's only piloted by George Coleman and co-pilot Paul Fritz, the current UAV pilot and 7-year Air Force Weapons System officer on the Raven fighter bomber 111. This concludes our demonstration in honor of America. If you ever have thought about flying, come on out to the airfield sometime. I promise a thrilling time of your life if you schedule an intro flight. God bless America and have a safe and happy Independence Day celebration.
Thank you very much, Dan. Let's hear it again for the Sierra Vista Aerial Club. Now, you may be seated, but before we go, first of all, I would like to for the retiring.
Counter columns.